Hello and welcome to AAA Reviews. Today I am doing Masters of the Universe from the 2002 TV series. As a request from Jimmy Fan with a PH. He gave a request in for this, so as I happen to have them, and as the new Netflix Revelations Part 2 is due up, it's a good time to do it, because to me, so far, this TV series has been the best interpretation of He-Man. That's up for debate. Let me know in the comments what you think. As always, if you haven't already, please hit a like, please subscribe, please smash notifications so you know when the next video is due in. And I am growing it's nice, it's great. I've got the subscribers are building slowly and steadily, so thank you for the support. People ask me why, people often message me like, oh, why is your show not, reaching a bigger audience? And all I can say is I can't afford to pay for all advertising and to advertise my videos everywhere. So please share with your friends if you think they would like this kind of content, action figure reviews, price guides, that sort of thing, because it would be a big help to me. With all that said, let's jump into this review. Okay, so this is the last of my personal collection. This is Too Bad. We have got Tuvar, who is the blue character on the left, and we have Badara, the purple monster, on the right. Now, in the cartoon series is where we got his first sort of origin story, where there's two rival bounty hunters who couldn't work together to trap He-Man. So Skeletor got annoyed and he basically merged them together, and then turned around and said, "Too bad." The figure is so detailed, so much detail. It's really cool. So these two monsters wouldn't normally be merged together, and they do use them a lot for sort of comedy reference, because they're always arguing. That's basically what the character does. It's a really cool character. I'll show you the back of the box. There is the back of the box. He isn't awfully difficult to find, but he can be. There are a few online at the moment on your big selling site eBay. Price wise, I've only done UK prices today, guys. I do apologise. So if you're in the States or Canada, you're going to have a look for the prices yourself if these are ones you're looking for. But an average price for Too Bad is 40 to 50 UK pounds if you're in the UK. That's for a sealed one. Out of the box loose, you're looking at around £15. And the episode you are looking for, if you want to check that origin story out, is The Monster Within. Next up, we've got the Beastman, a much larger figure than what we've seen before from the 1980s version. And again, the retro version that Mattel are releasing now, he's a much larger version. Much more darker, redder orange for the colour. Really cool. In this TV series, he's extremely loyal to Skeletor, able to control exotic wild beasts and creatures, although he does have trouble with dragons, as we see in the TV series. The elbow pads that he normally has do not keep falling off like they do on the original figure and the new retro replay ones, because these are sort of sculpted on. Beastman, what would you look to pay for Beastman? Well, I would say on average he comes in at around £40. However, I bought this one not that long ago and there was a slight bit of damage to the back of the box here, and I managed to get this one for just 25 UK pounds. Loose, I'd say you're probably just picking them up individually £15. But whenever you're looking for these He-Man figures, just as a bit of a tip, always look for bundles as well, because sometimes you can get an awful lot more for your money. Next up, we've got Whiplash, a much larger figure than the original. Loads of cool detail, absolutely looks awesome. Sadly, in the TV series, he kind of plays like a bit part, almost like just as a henchman, sort of thug. He doesn't have a lot of dialogue in the series, which is a shame. There is an episode that alludes to him, the sort of reptiles that are dwelling underneath ground, fighting against some sort of bat creatures. I can't remember what they were called, but basically they reference Whiplash as being a traitor, and that's pretty much all we get. It's a shame he's sort of underutilized a little bit, almost like just like a henchman sort of character. Really cool though, awesome looking figure. I'll spin it around so we can have a look. Comes with this really cool weapon. You have got to connect the tail in. Absolutely awesome. Trident staff and tail whip. Whiplash, what would you look to pay for a sealed figure? I'm going to say on average between 40 to £50, and loose probably about £15 with his accessory and tail. That would be about right price to pay. Next up, we've got Merman. Hopefully that's not a terrible impression. Make sure you let me know in the comments. He is a really cool figure, loads of detail. Absolutely looks awesome. He's got that trident staff, this giant sort of sword. Absolutely fantastic. I love this figure. This is really, really cool. In the TV series, he is able to control cold-blooded sort of sea monsters. He is just as happy as he is underwater as he is walking on land. And in the water, of course, he is stronger than usual. We'll have a look at the back. He's got a gimmick there where sort of he push a button. Is that on the back? Looks like it's something you can do there. And he's swing on his trident. Push button for trident, jab or sword thrust. There you are. So it says it on the back there. What would you look to pay for Merman? Well, he's not too pricey actually. I think in a box example like this, on average, look to pay for around 30 UK pounds. Loose, I'm going to say probably about £10. I think it might be difficult to get both weapons. I don't know. I didn't really look up loose examples too much on Merman. I couldn't find many. There were a few without weapons, like £10. But I do believe if you have a little look around, you will find one with a weapon. Next up, it is Snake Crush Skeletor. This figure is absolutely immense. What do you get when you mix Snake Man and Skeletor? Well, you get Snake Man Skeletor. This is absolutely fantastic. A really cool figure and a very pricey figure. I mean, I don't know if this was in a cartoon. I can't remember. I do believe he may have been actually. Absolutely fantastic. Really cool figure. Look at that. He-Man has got his work cut out with this one. Price wise, this is pretty expensive figure. On average, this figure goes for around 70 to 75 UK pounds. Now, I did find some cheaper examples, but I also found some more expensive examples. So that is your average price. I also, which I'll pop up on screen now, found a loose example where it was something like 75. I'm going to say loose, he could cost you up to around £50. He is definitely one of the more difficult figures to get. He's not as difficult as, say, a Evil Lyn, who is extremely difficult and extremely expensive, but he is definitely close to it. So there is your Snake Crush Skeletor. I've got one of the vehicles here, which is War Whale. War Whale vehicle that He-Man can ride, or any of the Eternians really. Really cool. It's got missile at the top, two side missiles and a missile from the middle, almost like a shark. Really cool. There was also this sort of squid styled one that I have seen online for around the 40 UK pound mark. War Whale. This back box is a little bit tatty, but even so, War Whale would cost you on average around £40, and loose it will cost you around £14. However, I noticed a lot of the examples loose were missing all of the missiles, so it's going to be difficult to find a loose one, but it's not to say it's impossible. Next up, we have Panther. Absolutely awesome Megabyte Panther, who is very loyal to Skeletor. He doesn't talk like Battle Cat, and he is a lot bigger than the original one for sure. He is completely flocked. It's absolutely awesome. I mean, look at the artwork here with that Snake Crush Skeletor. Now, I wasn't collecting I wasn't playing with toys by this stage, but this is what draws me to this kind of thing. I mean, imagine being a kid and getting this, and He-Man definitely has his work cut out. An absolute awesome Panther. I'll spin it round. He is Dai-Links in species, but if you look on the back, that looks like a Panther that has not been flocked at that moment in time when they've done the sort of pictures for the work on the box, which I find quite interesting. And I only noticed it when I started to do this video just there and then. Me and Sarah were like, oh, that's different. So there we are. So what would you pay for one of these? In 2021, well, the average UK price I'm going to say is around £70, and loose look to get him for around 40. However, often more often than not he's missing, if you can see in there, sort of that snake tail bit there. So you have to keep an eye out to try and get him with all his bits. And also he comes with these sort of, I'll have to spin it round so you can see it because I don't plan to open this one, but he's often missing these as well, which are like metal shoes, if you like, panther claws. So there you go, there is your Snake Man Mechabite Panther. Last but not least, I have a Mutant Slime Pit. Absolutely awesome, completely different to the original one. I have not got a picture or anything of the original, but I'm sure you'll probably remember it if you collected the original wave. This one was in the TV series, and the monster was a lot larger than what he was in scale form now, as in figure form, and the slime is more like his blood. And if I remember rightly, it's He-Man's sword that destroys him. Let's spin the box around. There's loads of cool artwork. Obviously comes with a nice pot of green slime. And there it is, showing him coming out with all that slime oozing off him. I think Skeletor summons him, kind of thing. And this has a kind of, just by looking at it, kind of has a very similar thing to sort of the throne of Skeletor, which is really, really cool. Somewhere on the artwork here, if I spin it, you can actually see it's almost like Skeletor's throne. It definitely is that sort of late, yeah. That's the idea they've gone for. A really cool figure. What would you pay for this set? Well, this set, I would say on average, isn't too expensive sealed. 50 to 60 UK pounds is probably about right. Loose, 30. However, sometimes I often see the character himself being sold separately for like 20 UK pounds without all the other bits, which I mean, ideal if you've lost this character, but otherwise I don't see the point in just buying this one. You want to try and get the whole thing. As for slime, I don't know if the slime in there is still okay. I'm sure it is because it's all sealed up and everything, but if not, you can pick up slime anywhere for like £1 these days. So there is your Mutant Slime Pit from Masters of the Universe. So that was all of the He-Man that I have in my collection at the moment. That's not to say there won't be more, because I'm always on the lookout toy hunting, because as you all know, that's all I am, is a toy hunter, collector, and I just share my toys with you, prices, things like that, things that I find. So hopefully this has been helpful for you today. What has happened this week? Well, this week I managed to pick up, it's like once in a lifetime find. Christmas came early for me because I managed to find some Toxic Crusaders sealed in the box. So I'll definitely be doing a video on them in the up and coming weeks. Next video will be Series 8, the Phoenix Saga Toy Biz X-Men. So make sure you got that notifications on for that if that's your thing. As always, thank you for your support because I really appreciate it, and good luck searching for that toy gold.